Hey everyone, I'm really glad. Let's make these mittens together. Now, for them you need any type of yarn. I've got this yarn and the appropriate hook, but don't take the yarn that is too thick. Now in my case I'm joining 2 threads and now I'm making my first slip stitch. Well, actually it's my first chain, and I have to chain the number of chains that are as long as my arm. Oh, no, my hand, I'm sorry. Now let's go. You see here, I'm trying to measure it. I'm dividing the chain into 3 parts. The lower part and the higher part will be more flexible. It will be the ribbing. And I start with the second chain from the hook and I start making slip stitches. As you see, it's just one move and it's done. In my case, I'm making 5 of them, 5 to the right and 5 to the left. Now here we go. This is the first ribbing, the lower one. Then I continue the rest of the chains, making them with simple single crochets, just single crochets. I continue like that up until I've got just 5 stitches left, and in the last 5 ones I make slip stitches. Again, as you can see, 5 slip stitches at the beginning and 5 slip stitches at the end. This is going to be our ribbing. Here we go. I've finished my first row. This is how it looks. And now we continue with the second row. For the second row, I need to start it with 1 chain. I make 1 chain and I turn my work. You turn it like this, as if it was a page of a book. You turn your work, and starting from the second chain from the hook into the back part of it, you start with slip stitches again. 1 slip stitch into the back part of the chain, 2, and again 5 at the beginning, 5 at the end, you remember. So 5 slip stitches, 3, 4 and 5. Here we are. So you continue it like this every time you make your next row. The rest of the row you continue making single crochets into the back part of the row beneath it. All right, so I continue with single crochets into the back loops. Don't forget that we have the front loop that is closer to us and the back loop which is further from us, and we work into the back loop so we get this beautiful pattern. We continue working with the single crochets throughout the whole main part of the mittens, not the ribbing but the main part. And when we've reached the end, we count 5 stitches until the end, and into them we work with the slip stitches. Why? Because we need this ribbing. Turn your work like that and find the back loop of the chain, and in this way the ribbing will be tighter, I would say, and it will hold your mitten on your palms. Well, don't forget to count. This is number 3. Oh, no, 4, and the last one is not always that visible, and here we go. I found the 5th one and we're done with the row. This is how it looks. And now I chain 1, I again turn my work, and these 3 parts, you have to keep them. The ribbing, the main part, the ribbon again. Again, I count 2 from the loop. 1 is on the loop, the next, and I work kind of into the 3rd one, 1, 2, 3. Usually they call it the 2nd from the loop, right? So this is 1, this is 2, and this is 3 slip stitches, 4 and 5. Done the ribbing. Then I continue with, again, single crochets into the back loop of the previous row. This is important, otherwise we won't get this nice pattern. So you continue making the single crochets. Don't forget to count. So we have 5 in the ribbings and 20 in the middle. I once again want to show you this end of the row. Be careful here because you need to count 1, 2, 3. Seems like it's the end of 4, but no, it's the trickiest one. This is number 5. You need to find it. You insert the hook, and trust me, it's there. Trust me. So this is it. This is the 5th one. Done with the row. Now this is my ribbing, the main part. And now we're ready to join. You have to measure your palm. If you're ready to join, you have to stretch your work a little bit, and if it's the end, then it's the end. Let's join the 2 parts. I insert my hook into the first at the opposite part, and I join them with a slip stitch. Then I take the second chain, and again the second on the opposite part, always working into 1/2 of the previous row, 1 loop of it. 1 loop here, 1 loop there, and I'm joining it with a slip stitch. Again, 1 in the back loop. The opposite part does not have loops. It has just 1 because it was the beginning row. That's why you find just 1 of the loops and you join them with a slip stitch. Count, always count. You need 5 at the beginning. This is it. And then we continue with the main part, and here you need to measure it every time to your hand so that you know where to stop and start making the hole for your thumb. So I recommend you to try it on in the process and to see where to stop. Approximately it will be the middle of the mitten, but again, we're all different, and it all depends how long your ribbing is at the wrist. Do you want it longer? Do you want it shorter? I like it shorter. Now I'm measuring it to my hand like that, and I feel like, well, it's almost the time to make my thumb hole. Well, here we go, and approximately 5 stitches are needed in my case for the thumb. Well, depends on the thickness of your yarn, depends on your size of your hand. Well, my case, these are 5 stitches, and what do? I work only at one part of my mitten. You see the one that is further from me, I make 1, 2 slip stitches, 3, 4, and 5 probably. I think it's enough for my thumb, and I count, and I count the number 5 stitches from the other side, and I join to the 5th and into the 6th. So you see, you join the 5th and the 6th of the opposite part, and I continue with the slip stitches. Here we are. So just the same idea of joining the 2 parts, just with the slip stitches. This will be the left part, so the seaming will not be visible when you're going to be wearing it. And I continue, and now it's the ribbing, and I join it as well. Here we are. We're almost done. Why count? Because you need to join the last and the last stitches of your mittens, because sometimes when you don't count, the number of stitches differ on left and the right side. So here, be careful to count them, especially when you're working with the thumb, because there you need to join the 5th and the 6th. Be careful with this. And now this is the last one, and we're almost done. Go, go, go. And this is it. So I'm joining the 2 last stitches, and we're almost done. So here is the last stitch, and you cut the yarn and you turn it inside out like this, so that the seaming part is inside. Then of course you need to hide the yarn, the tails around the ribbing, and congratulations! Be warm this winter. I'm happy you're with me. See you soon, and bye.